In today's video, you are going to learn an option strategy that will increase the money you make in the markets. There are certain proven techniques that consistently make money. So let's learn them step by step and put them together in an easy formula that we can follow in our investment journey. Welcome to Pandrea Finance. Let's begin. There are three things that we need to focus on if we want to make money in the stock market. Well, three proven methods of making money. You can make money a lot of ways in the market, but for the most part, you are betting, right? You're gambling, you're taking a lot of risk, and betting is not investing. So let's go through some of the techniques that are proven time and time again to consistently win, and how we can use options to greatly increase the money that we make. Now, at the end of the video, we will put together a formula that you can then take and use in your investing, so watch to the end for all of that. The first thing that we need to focus on is investing and making trades that have the highest probability of success. Now, when it comes to stocks, you might be looking at proven companies with a high market cap rather than penny stocks, right? That has proven over time to be a better investment with a higher probability of success. With options, we want to focus on selling options rather than buying options. The secret to making money with options is to be on the winning side based off of probability, and that side is the selling option side, not the side where you're buying options continuously and losing money. See, options for the most part is a zero-sum game. An option could either expire out of the money or in the money. Buyers and sellers choose strike prices for their contract, and a strike price is either reached or it's not reached. When buying options, we want the strike price to be reached and exceeded to make money. But when selling options, we typically do not want the strike price to be reached. And when looking at out of the money options, it is more likely for an option to expire out of the money, as in the strike price is not reached, and therefore as the seller of the contract, we will be on the winning side of that trade. Again, this is all based off of the numbers and the probability. The majority of out of the money options expire worthless. So we'll use this knowledge in our investments so that we can have the highest probability of making money. All right, let's pull up the option chain so you can see sort of what we're talking about here. I'm gonna go with Apple for this example. You can follow along as well. We'll go to trade options, and I'm gonna pick an expiration date, maybe about a month out. Now again, typically when selling options, you wanna go a little bit further out because you collect more premium rather than selling weekly options. Now a little tip, the problem with weekly options is that there is no extrinsic value left in that option for you to collect. So basically that premium will not have enough to decrease in value to collect a good premium, and you'll be waiting until the last moment to see if that option will expire in or out of the money. So knowing that little tip, we're gonna go out to the expiration date of, let's say, November 12th. Now go ahead on the top, make sure you're on sell and call. Selling calls, I want you to notice one thing. As we scroll up in the chain, we're going further out of the money. And the further out of the money that we go, the more chance of profit we have. Also, you'll notice that on the right, the premium is decreasing because the more chance of profit that we have, going from really at the money at 67%, right, to 68, 70%, 72%, 73%, 75%, but the premium is going from 465 to 410 to 365 to 320, and the further out you go, you're just going to be collecting pennies. Now let's scroll back down to about the 70% chance of profit. Now we have the $146 call that we're looking at, and if we sell this call, the probability says that we're going to have a 70% chance likelihood of this option expiring out of the money, which is what we want when selling an option, and we do not want the share price to reach the strike price. Now on the other side of that trade, there is the buying of that call. So if we go to the top and hit buy call, and we go to the same $146 strike price, that will be the other side of the trade. So if selling the call is a 70% chance, then buying the call, you'll have about a 30% chance that that strike price will be reached. So I ask you, would you rather have a 70% chance of something happening or a 30% chance of something happening? We have to start to understand this concept because it's going to come in very handy in whatever strategy that we want involving selling options. Probability of success is what we're going to work with to have the highest probability of success. So again, if we click back to sell calls and we go all the way up to, let's say, a 92% chance of profit, we're at the $160 calls. That means if we sell this $160 call, we have a 92% chance that this option will expire out of the money and we can keep the whole premium. If we would have bought this, we would have been on the losing side of this trade with only an 8% chance of succeeding. So we're using the numbers and the probabilities for our success. The second thing we will need to focus on is the proven concept of long-term investing and how that in almost all cases makes more money than short-term trading, trying to time the market, and constantly being in and out of investments. So we know being long stock is a good thing, but instead of just buying and holding stock, we want to use options in a smart way to enter the positions and exit the positions. And we do this by selling options. See, when we sell puts, we are obligated to buy stock if the strike price is reached. Now, when just wanting to collect premium, you don't want the stock price to reach that strike price, because then you would be forced to buy the stock. But when we want to buy the stock, this could be very useful because you can sell a put on a stock you want to buy and not only get in on that stock at a given strike price below what the stock is trading for, but we can keep the premium regardless for selling that put. So there you go, extra money. All right, let's pull up Robinhood and go through some examples. So let's say we want to buy a company like American Airlines. Now, I don't know why you would ever want to do that. It's pretty much the worst company that I've ever used. But nonetheless, whatever turns you on. So if I were just buying the company outright, I would go buy, and let's say we want to buy 100 shares of the company. That will cost us $2,060, right, at the time of recording. Now again, instead of just buying the stock outright, we're going to sell puts so that we can enter the position. So we're going to click back and go to trade and trade options. So like I said, you want to sell about 1 month away so that you can collect a good amount of premium. So be a little patient, sell it 1 month away, and that will give room for the fluctuation for the stock price to hit the strike price, and then we can be assigned. So the nearest expiration date is October 8th. We are gonna go to November, let's say 12th. And at the top, make sure you're on sell and puts, because we're gonna sell puts. And then we're gonna see the options here. Now in the middle, you see the current stock price, $20.60. Now when selling puts, everything that is above the strike price, in this case, $21, $21.50, $22 puts, those are considered in the money. And everything below the strike price, so $20.50, $20, $19.50, those are considered out of the money. So we want to sell an out of the money strike so that we can collect the premium and then also buy into the company at a lower price. Our goal also is to be assigned the shares, because that's the whole point of this. We want to be assigned American Airlines, well, maybe not American, but you want to be assigned the shares. So that's why we want to pick a strike price not too far away. So let's go, in this case, just 2 strike prices below at $20. So we are okay buying American Airlines at $20. So we're going to click $20 put, and we're going to click on 1 to sell 1 contract if you want to buy 100 shares. If you're a baller and want to buy more, then you're going to go more contracts, 1 contract per every 100 shares of the company. So now you're going to notice the minimum credit shown, the premium that you're collecting is $90. Now when you hit review, you'll notice that the collateral shown is $2,000, exactly what you would need to buy 100 shares of the company. You'll also notice that $89 is about a little less than 5% of the collateral that you're putting up, which is a great return for literally not doing anything. If you were to just buy the stock, you would not have gotten this almost 5% return. So when you're ready, you're gonna swipe up, sell the put, collect the $89, and when American Airlines hits that $20 strike price and even goes a little bit below maybe, that's fine. You will be assigned the shares, and again, we're in it for the long run, so it doesn't matter if it goes down to 19, 18. We're in this for the long run, so we will keep the long position, collect the premium. That will lower our cost basis of the stock. We will own the stock and then move on to the next steps. The third proven concept of growing your wealth is reinvesting and compounding. See, a lot of people, once they own a stock or a group of stocks in their portfolio, they might just sit back, relax, and just be like, all right, just gonna wait for it to go up now, and then just go watch Netflix or something. But not us, right? Not us. But the key to growing your portfolio is not only to sit and wait, but to actively add to your positions in various ways. The most common would be to automatically have money deposited into your investment account from your bank account once a week or once a month. This money you don't even see or think about, and it just goes from here to there, boom, like magic. And then we use that money to buy more of our positions. Another way is through dividends, right? If we own stocks or ETFs that pay a dividend, then we can collect those dividends and reinvest these dividends back into the very investments that paid us the dividend, constantly growing our positions. Now this, of course, will compound over time and snowball larger and larger. There is also another way of doing this using options, and that is selling covered calls on your stock. When you own a stock, you can sell covered calls against it and collect premium. This is the same thing we did when selling puts, but now we have the stock as collateral instead of the cash, and you would be obligated to sell shares if the strike price is reached. Now, unlike selling puts to enter your position, Our goal while we have stock and we're going to sell calls is just to collect the premium. We are not trying to exit our position at this point, so we do not want the stock price to reach our strike price. So that's the idea. We are using our portfolio to generate more money through dividends, through selling calls, through depositing more money, or a combination of all three, and compound it over a long period of time. For this example, we're taking a look at Virgin Galactic, and we're going to hit trade and trade options and go about a month out. So we're going to pick an expiration date of November 12th. Now make sure you're on sell call, and we're going to start selling calls on our long position of this stock. So the whole idea of selling covered calls is that we pick a strike price that we feel that that stock will not reach, so that we can collect our premium and keep our shares. Now we don't want to have our shares be called away from us for a variety of reasons. So because we want to be on the winning side of this trade, we want to make sure that our chance of profit or probability of succeeding in the trade will be high. So we're going to go up to about maybe a, let's say, 83% chance of profit. Now we're taking a look at the $28 calls in this example, and we're saying that by November 12th, we do not think that Virgin Galactic will hit $28. And we have an 83% chance of being right. Of course, if you are a buyer of this $28 call, then you would only have a 17% chance of being right. And if my math serves me, it's more likely that selling the contract will be the winner and buying it would be the loser. So we are all winners here, so we're going to be selling the $28 call. So go ahead, click on the $28 call and put in 1 for 1 contract, and you'll notice the minimum credit that we're going to receive is $91. Now remember, we already own 100 shares of the company, so our equity in the company is what the current stock price is, $23 times 100. So $2,300, give or take, is what we own of Virgin Galactic stock, and then we are collecting $91 of premium by selling this call. Now the $91 that we're collecting as premium compared to the $2,300 of equity that we have in the stock is about a 4% return on our collateral. So we're making 4% for the 1 month that we're selling this call, which I think is a pretty good return on your collateral. So we're gonna go hit review and then make that trade. And eventually we'll take that premium and reinvest it, and it'll just grow into an empire. If we combine these 3 techniques into one formula, it would look something like this. Make investments based off of probability, plus generate income and continuously add to your investments, plus do this for a long period of time, take advantage of compounding, and that equals winning in the markets. So here is a scenario step by step. The first thing you need to do if you want to start this right now is save enough money that you can start buying 100 shares of the companies you want to invest in. This will go into your investment account and you are ready to go. This cash will be used as collateral for the next step, which is going to be selling puts. We will pick a company that we want to invest in and sell puts a few strike prices below the current stock price. The goal of this is to buy the stock at a cheaper price while collecting the premium at the same time. We want to sell a put about 1 month out to collect a good sized premium and let the stock fluctuate enough so that the strike price will be hit. If the strike price is not reached, you'll continue to sell puts and repeat the process until it does, collecting a nice premium along the way. Once you get assigned the shares, you will use the cash you have as collateral, remember the first cash that we started with, to buy the shares of the company. And congratulations, now you own shares of your favorite company. At this point, you will start to sell covered calls on your stock using the shares we just bought as collateral. Now we want to sell calls further out of the money so that the strike price is not reached and our shares are not called away. A good strike price to pick generally would be 1 standard deviation away from the current stock price, which is about 84% chance of profit when selling the call. Now you can check out my previous video by clicking here to watch the full breakdown of the probability of success in options. This is very important. We sell calls and collect the premium. We will then take the premium that we collect and reinvest back into our long stock position by buying more shares. At the same time, we will continuously be buying into the market automatically from your bank account, transferring and buying, transferring and buying. Now, if you collect dividends on your stock, you will take those dividends and reinvest them back into more shares. Our ultimate goal is for our portfolio to generate income for us and then use that income and buy more shares in that company that we believe in, and do this for a long period of time. When we want to sell out of our stock, maybe it's 50 years from now when we want to retire, or maybe it's 5 years from now because we want to change up our portfolio. Whatever the case may be, when we want to sell out of our position, you don't just want to sell your shares and call it a day. You want to start bringing in your covered call strike price closer to at the money, continue to sell closer and closer strike prices until eventually your shares get called away, and then you sell out of your position. Now, wasn't that better than buying and holding stock like a loser? Now, a few bonus tips for you. Now, this strategy is going to work best, in my opinion, with a long-term retirement account. So you don't have to pay taxes on your short-term gains of selling those options. See, for me, I use my SEP IRA to do this exact strategy. So by the time I retire, my portfolio would have compounded into who knows how much. And if I'm still doing YouTube in a few decades, I'll be sure to let you know. Also, you have to take into account the possibility of selling your shares when you're selling calls. See, if you sell calls and your strike price is reached, then you might be forced to sell those shares, and that can incur a taxable offense. And then you just got to give your hard-earned money that you put at risk to the good old IRS, because of course they know what to do with your money better than you. So just keep this in mind. When you're already way in the profit on your long stock, it might not be worth it to you to risk that to sell your shares and then have to pay a big tax on it. Now, this strategy, like with many strategies, might not be meant for everybody. And of course, you could customize it however you want. Maybe you just want to sell puts to purchase stock, right? To enter positions. Fine. Maybe you already own a portfolio of stocks and are thinking of just selling covered calls on them. Or you want to exit your position and you're saying to yourself, hey, instead of just selling right out of my position, I can sell calls until I get called away and just get that free money by selling those calls. My last bonus suggestion would be to have separate accounts for all these different strategies that you might want to do. So do yourselves a favor and just have different brokerages for different things. Now, you can check out the links below if you want to check out different brokerages, because I have an affiliate links with some of these, including Moomoo, Webull, Public, whatever you want. You can check out with the links below. They will give you free stocks for opening and depositing money into the account. So you get free money, I get free money, and everybody's happy. Hey, look, I'm happy if you just hit the like button on this video. Now, if you haven't seen some of my other videos, you can click here to watch my option basics video, or click here to watch how I pick stocks and build a portfolio. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you back here every Monday for a new video. Pandrea, out.